What does high score mean? New high score, is that bad? What does that mean? Should I break it?
Hello everyone and welcome to Veteran Gaming. I am Aaron, and tonight we're going to be talking about Eternal Evolution. First of all, I want to start off by saying that the channel is creeping up to 1,000 subscribers, which is a huge landmark. That would make me a YouTube partner and allow a lot more resources for the channel. So I do appreciate every single subscriber to the channel so far. I hope that I'm making content that not only helps you, but that you enjoy. And please, if you're considering subscribing to the channel, please do so. It's just a click for you, but it can be life-changing for me. So thank you very much. What I want to talk about tonight is the current gear situation in Eternal Evolution, because frankly, it is a bit challenging right now. I think everybody is a little tired of seeing those messages that say that, hey, your gear slots are full, you got to get rid of some stuff. So first of all, I want to say that the content creators that are associated and partnered with Eternal Evolution have brought it up to the developers many times. And in the past, when we brought up issues for the developers, they've done a good job about trying to bring changes to the game that better for everybody. One of the things we brought up was that the wasteland was starting to feel like a grind, and next thing you know, you can simulate the wasteland and sweep it, which is very nice. We brought up the fact that changing gear around to do testing and in different game modes can be very exhausting. So they came out with some formations that'll help you with some preloaded stuff. So the developers are listening to our feedback. They are making changes. It may not be as fast as we want sometimes, but hey, everybody has to sleep, right? So we are just going to deal with it for right now. But a couple of things I want to say about the gear right now. When you are smelting your gear, you are pretty safe just going in here and selecting extra HP, extra attack, and extra defense as your main stats, because frankly, you are never going to equip a piece of gear with that as the main stat unless it's something that you have to, like the flat stats on the chest, the legs, and the weapon. Obviously, those are flat stats. You can't change that. But you are never going to put on gloves, helmet, or boots if they have a flat stat on them. You would take a mythic piece with a percentage stat over a legendary piece with a flat stat. So you're going to get rid of all of those, which is why I don't have any of them currently that can be smelted, since you need 5 pieces. So that's a quick way to smelt some pieces if you haven't already done so. Like I said, even if they're legendary and your heroes are mostly in mythic gear, you're never going to equip those. The mythic ones will be better with a percentage stat. The next thing I want to talk about is gear sets and stats. So the top gear isn't going to be as important. This bottom gear is the really important stuff, because you can get percentage based stats on the main pieces. And when I say this is important, I'm talking if you have a tank, they need damage reduction boots. Let's just pull somebody up real quick. Give me a tank. Okay. You need damage reduction boots on your tanks, and probably your vanguards too. So if I didn't have defense set and it would break up a set, but you know, I had like a health set with damage reduction boots, you still put on the health set damage reduction boots. Break up the set if necessary if you need like damage reduction on boots. If you have a damage hero and you have critical rate gloves that you need, regardless of what the set item is, those percentage based stats are going to override the stats you're going to get from building a set, because it's pretty easy math, right? So if you needed, let's go to a damage based hero real quick. We'll bring Taylor back into it, because he relies heavily on critical strike rating. So if I have him in attack gloves here because his critical rate is already pretty high, and this is where I've tested him to land the best. But if you needed critical strike gloves here, you would get 40, or is it 50%? 50% critical strike rating. Pull him up here. No, it is 40. I thought it was 40. You get 40% critical strike rating, whereas if you're putting the set, you're only getting 15%. You're almost getting triple the amount from the gloves that you do from the set. So that's why it's so much more important to make sure that you're getting the stats you want on these pieces, regardless of what the set is. The next thing I want to jump into while we're talking about set is the new sets, because a lot of new sets have come to Eternal Evolution. Hawkeye, Marauder, Surge, Extraction. While I don't have a ton of pieces yet to do a lot of testing, what I will say is that while some of them are better, don't get too bent out of shape about not having them. Like, I have Ravenna. Let's pull up energy real quick. Where are you at, Ravenna? Ravenna tests better in her Surge set. But we're talking like 20 million over a long fight. Is it better for her? Absolutely. But don't get too bent out of shape if you don't have this stuff yet. A lot of the old sets work really well. I was doing some testing on Paluno today, and I had him in a Surge set, and it wasn't nearly as reliably high damage as it was putting him back in the crit rate and crit damage set. These sets can still get a whole lot done, and we're not really to the point where we need the new gear sets yet, especially considering you may not have these percentage-based stats that you want. I was fortunate enough to get attack percentage gloves on Ravenna that I could make work. But if I didn't have the attack percentage on there, then it probably wouldn't be better. And I still don't have the best set for her because she's going to need crit rate gloves, which I'll check real quick, but I don't think I have, which is a bummer. And it's something crit damage, got a couple of crit damage. So we're getting there, but we're not quite there yet. So again, don't force that Surge set, one of the new sets. Don't surge or force the Marauder set or the Madness set. Make sure you're sticking with the stuff that's giving you the percentage bonuses you need. That gear will come with time, but make sure that you're doing the best you can with what you have, and that is making sure you get those percentage-based stats. So there is my little gear spiel tonight. If you guys have any questions, feel free to throw them in the comments section of my videos. I still read all of the comments that come in, and I try to respond to the vast majority of them. So hit me up on Twitter, hit me up on Facebook, whatever you guys need to do to get a hold of me. If you have questions, I promise I will do my best to answer them for you. So hopefully this video helps. We are working on the gear situation in Eternal Evolution. We are hoping it gets a little bit less grindy with trying to figure out which pieces of gear to keep versus which pieces of gear to get rid of. So if this was helpful at all, please give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And as always, guys, have fun. Good luck.
So I got that going for me, which is nice.